They say you don't find it, it finds you. Here's what I've gathered in my research so far. The video surfaced online sometime around 2006. Some recall seeing it on YouTube in the site's primitive days. It doesn't seem especially well known. Couldn't find any other commentary channels even mentioning it. It's taken me a few months and a lot of digging to know what I know now. Assumption number 1. The video is erotic in nature. Assumption number 2. The video probably can't be found anywhere on the clear web, except for peer-to-peer networking. Assumption number 3. The video is an amateur production. Besides the fact that the video seems impossible to find, there's one other problem. Nobody who's seen it seems to agree on what exactly happens in it. But beyond that, there's a troubling series of occurrences loosely associated with this video. Over the past few months, I've been able to form something like a chronology. I've hit a lot of dead ends, done a lot of waiting around, and I'm still not certain about everything. But, to the best of my ability, here is a tentative timeline of. Most of what I know about these 3 cases I obtained through FOIA requests. The family of Johann Weiss won't talk to media figures, however minor they may be. So here's what I have. Johann's story begins in spring of 2008. He's attending community college in Jefferson County, Illinois. Someone forwards him a link to the video on Newgrounds. He becomes obsessed, writes in his journal about it extensively, even talks openly to others about it, going as far as to admit that he watches it every day. And when the video disappears from the internet, he becomes despondent. His girlfriend kicks him out of their apartment. His grades spiral. He quits his job. Everyone fears for his mental health as he withdraws further and further, especially into those journals, which become borderline indecipherable. In them, he confesses to indulging in harder and harder porn to fill the void that the video left in him, but it's of no use. Later that same year, he prepares these journals to be found by his loved ones. He streams live on Blog TV one final time to proselytize the joy that Rachel had brought him, and his hope that he could be with her in the digital hereafter. This footage, like Yellow Rachel itself, is considered lost media. (2014) Louisiana. Alyssa Shaver, a tattoo artist from Baton Rouge, goes hiking with her long-term boyfriend the week before Halloween. Only she returns. When asked why she stabbed him over 30 times in the neck and chest, she deflected the question by talking at length about a video she found on her Not Safe for Work Tumblr. Shaver claimed the video wasn't just a turn-on, but an epiphany. She said that while her body did the killing, her mind went someplace else, some mental prison she referred to as the punishment room. At first glance, it seemed like a transparent attempt to grift the case down to an insanity plea, play up the delusional tendencies, make it look like a fugue state, etc. But she also didn't seem remorseful over what happened, nor even especially bothered. When asked why her boyfriend had to die, she would calmly repeat herself, "Because it's all over." Combing through her history, they found a certain search term, again and again and again. All the same, the link was dead. Sifway. Sucker Morehouse, a TV producer and senior programmer for the fledgling erotic film festival Bang. Their whole thing is showcasing amateur smut, locally produced erotica, so on. That is, until the fall of 2019. By all accounts, there was something wrong with Morehouse during those last couple of weeks. He saw something. A previously gregarious man became isolated, paranoid, mumbled about being followed, gang-stalked. But most baffling of all, he developed a sudden onset of revulsion at the very sight of the naked body. This guy, a guy who curated erotica for a living, developed out of nowhere a visceral reaction to the human form. And we know that he watched Yellow Rachel because someone sent it to him as a submission for that year's program, and he made notes about it. And of course, whoever submitted the video in the first place remains a total mystery. It's almost like it reprograms some part of its viewers. It's like insect parasitoids, altering the host's behavior just to ultimately discard them. But it doesn't make sense. How can a piece of media have this effect on a human being? How do you explain all that? I've pieced together this tenuous trail of incidents, all supposedly involving this video. But what is the video? This is where we come to another cul-de-sac. Cul-de-sac? Cul-de-sac's pretentious. This is where we come to another dead end. There's a tiny handful of constants in the testimonials that I've collected from a few obscure forums. It's a relatively short video. There's a girl, presumably named Rachel, of questionable age, brunette, unidentified, not a known cam girl. So, who is she? What happened to her? So much conjecture, so little consensus. The speculation on the forum that I queried quickly devolved into a whole lot of shitposting and a whole lot of cum brains rewriting the case into their own personal creepypasta. A few weeks ago, somebody reached out to my personal email, which I've never publicly disclosed.
I'm contacting you at great personal hazard because what I'm about to tell you is far above my pay grade. I've seen other work by those who manufacture these things. They call it a VP. It's a violent pornography. They're meant to have this effect on people. It's pure fucking neuro warfare aimed right at the central nervous system. Now, considering the differing accounts of what happens in Yellow Rachel, the Occam's razor here is not that it's some cursed Rorschach test of a video, but that there's probably more than one. A word of spiritual advice, man. Don't pursue this. I happen to believe that in these last days of the world, the bottomless and incomprehensible horrors will find us all one way or another. You don't need to seek them out. Heed my warning. There is no telling this story without becoming a part of it. By the way, invest in a new setup. If I can obtain this address, so can anyone else.
Do you ever just wonder if maybe it's all over?
Okay. So, meaning over. Let's give me an idea. I mean, what, are you thinking about the world in general? Current events?
Yeah, I guess to be more specific, like, I don't know, people, relationships, love. I don't know. I guess sometimes I just wonder if maybe it's all just obsolete, you know? Well, I don't know if that makes sense.
Sid, does this have anything to do with the documentary you're working on?
No, it's not a documentary. It's a podcast. Well, it's an episode of my podcast because I'm a podcaster.
I see. How long have you been working on this one episode, this one subject?
A few months. I mean, probably close to a year now. But I was originally going to put it out this summer, and then, and then I thought, well, it'll be finished in time for Halloween, surely. But I don't know. I guess I just can't bring myself to complete it. So.
And is this a typical turnaround period for one of your videos?
No, not really. No, I mean, I've actually lost quite a few subscribers while I've been working on it.
So why so much time on this project? Don't you have other things you're working on?
Right. Yeah, I know what you're saying, or what you're going to say. It's like a sunk cost thing, right? Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't like to leave projects unfinished, It makes me, it feels emasculating.
Well, here's what I mean, Sid. From what you told me about this topic, don't you think it's kind of a strange thing to spend so much time fixating on in light of the habits we've been trying to address?
I'm not even sure I know anymore. Well, I mean, I don't think.
Do you believe it's all over, Sid? doesn't matter what I am or who I was, but this does. This creation, this miracle, and now that we're both here, the bell can't be unrung.
Why are you doing this?
Because no culture can survive without rituals, Sid. And if our rituals don't evolve, we can't evolve. All of the old rituals are dying, and the new rituals have barely begun to be born. What this is evolution.
And now, I have some content to share with you all. Don't forget to subscribe for more.
Mm-hmm.